Brenham, roll one, scene one, take one, and action. Steve Arnold from Science Channel's Meteorite Men here. I am so excited to bring this next offering to you guys. I have been working on this literally for over 5 years. It's been bounced around in my head, and practically the last 6 months I put quite a bit of time, hundreds of hours, thousands of dollars in this next project. And give you a little background on it. I found quite a few specimens at the Brenham site, and I'm famous for finding that really big one. Well, the second largest meteorite I found there was a 351 pound oriented palisite. And this was a big chunk of a rock. And I really put off selling it, or I was trying to sell it. Nobody was really interested as a whole specimen. I was putting off slicing it until finally I broke down, sent the rock up to Marlon Sills at Montana Meteorite Lab, and Marlon did not have a saw big enough to cut this thing. He had to go out and buy a new monster saw to put this thing in. He put it in. He started cutting. He gave me a call. He said, "Steve, this is the best looking Brenham I've ever seen in my life." Well, that got me excited. Some slices showed up in the mail, and it was like, I could not believe how gorgeous they were. Well, I was scared before on doing this because Brenham has a rusting reputation. Not all Brenhams rust, but some of them do, and some of them rust pretty bad. And we don't really know why. We don't know if it's were the meteorites that were found right on top of the ground, the ones that are buried, the ones that were found early, the ones that were found later, possibly having pesticides from the crops and stuff that were there. We don't really know. It could be how they were cut. It could definitely be how they're preserved, the environment, and on where they're kept and all that. So there's been this real apprehension. The price on Brenham is about the lowest there is anywhere on any palisite, even though it's one of the most gorgeous ones. And so I had this project. I thought, well, if there was a way to keep the slices away from oxygen, away from the air, maybe it might preserve them from rusting, preserving from oxidizing. So let me show you. I got a part slice behind here. Just turned on the light. As you can see, there's some slices, and this is absolutely gorgeous. And this is a part slice, and this one has been put in this case that I had built, and that's what took so long. This is a solid aluminum case, and aluminum sounds like it's lightweight. This is heavy, and it's a chunk. Now, this is really important for a couple reasons. Number one, there's this slice for it to be that thin, and let me put a bright light in behind here so you can just really appreciate the stained glass window effect of this. To get Brenham to be that translucent, that gorgeous, it's got to be really thin, and they're fragile. In fact, this is a slice of one of the bigger slices that broke. And because it was so thin in the prepping or actually the handling afterwards, it cracked and broke. And so once it's in this case, I'm confident it's going to be very, very protected. On the back side, there's a metal plate that's cut out in the shape of the slice. And so that blocks the light. So if you want to backlight it with a strong light, you get the full effect of the colors channeling in through the gemstones. It also is suspended between two panes of Lexan, and inside the Lexan is oil. So this thing is suspended outside of the air. It's preserved. There's no guarantees that this is going to keep it preserved forever. But if anything is, this is going to do it. So there's a lot of expense in this. We spent thousands of hours. Excuse me, hundreds of hours, thousands of dollars getting this built, and it's where I'm ready to take it to market now. So if you would like to have a Brenham, if you'd like to have it preserved, if you'd like to have it where it can be displayed, well, I've got some part slices, got some full slices. In the next video, I'm going to show you a little bit more on that. But here's your chance to get something that will really, really wow people. And whether it's in a museum or whether it's in your private collection, people are going to be impressed with this meteorite.